Hello, everybody. Welcome along. My name is Benjamin Bloom. This is the Benjamin Bloom Football Channel. Please leave your bias at the door, I'm contractually obligated to say. And welcome along to the Saturday SuperStream. Welcome back if you were just with us for the Norwich versus Bristol City game. We have already been online streaming for a couple of hours already. Please let me know if you are watching a game this afternoon and who you are watching, because you can be a big help in keeping us updated on today's Saturday SuperStream with what is going on with your team. Chances, yellow cards, red cards, substitutions, anything. Let me know what is happening. George is here, gutted about his team's result against Norwich today. Mick is here. Good afternoon, sir. Iain, ready for Potters versus Millers. Carl, welcome, sir. Gazza is here, excellent, for Millwall. Jason, first in a while, welcome back to you. Jason, let's have a little look at what we have got game-wise. George, so was Bias Ben of Bias's Bias Football Bias channel. Yeah, dearie me. This is what is going on this afternoon. Let me just get rid of that. And shall we make that a little bit bigger? That's what she said. Last night it was Coventry 3, Reading 2. Runaway leaders Reading. Losing for the first time this season. Earlier, just a few minutes ago, Bristol City 1, Norwich City 3. Probably the most sustainable performance we've seen from Norwich this season. Although the Bristol City defenders did not cover themselves in glory as a caveat to that. We should have a live league table there so we can see Reading still up at the top. Norwich move into second position. 4 wins in 5 as well. They're going to be top of the form table as well. Norwich, unless Millwall can win. Look at that. They could join them on 4 wins in 5. Watford, Swansea, Millwall could all go into second place. Bristol City dropping out of those playoff positions today. What other fixtures do we have? I hear you ask as I click the wrong button. There it is. We have Bournemouth versus Derby, Luton versus Brentford, Borough versus Forest, Barnsley versus Watford, Millwall versus Huddersfield, Wycombe versus Sheffield Wednesday, Stoke versus Rotherham, Preston versus Birmingham, Swansea versus Blackburn, QPR versus Cardiff. And apparently, Gillingham are losing 0-2 at home to Sunderland in League One. And Sheffield United, one of our dearly departed on the channel, have lost again 1-0 at home to Manchester City. We're just seeing the Sunderland goal on Sky. Looked like end of game, breakaway, chasing game with 10 men type of situation from what I am seeing. There, I need a coffee to pep me up. Let's go and have a look at what you guys are saying. Gitong Bong starts for Forest, does he? Bit left field, isn't it? Dear oh me. Hey to QPR forever. And David Oliver's here. Excellent. He'll be watching Huddersfield. Millwall, Bart, Romeo Malone, Hutch, Cooper, Wallace, Wooden Leonard, Wallace, Bradshaw, Mahoney. Thank you, Gazza. Fark, winning manager of the month. See what Millwall do, but in with a shout for sure if they are the form team. Is it the end of the month yet? It's the 31st. So, yeah, maybe Millwall can challenge them, but certainly in with a shout. Jason says, we'd like Wycombe to get a result. Watching them the other night. Couldn't believe it was their first point. There you go. Wycombe taking a point against Watford. For goodness sakes. Millwall are the kind of team we struggle with. Way too pragmatic and strong. We always lose physical battles. Not the team you want if that's what you struggle against. Oliver, indeed. 256, guys. Typical patchy City. They will lose a few, then win 9 in a row, says Jason. Brooks back in the squad for tomorrow. For Bournemouth, excuse me, says Toby. Good news for them. Hi to All Things Leeds TV. Bielik back from injury after 10 months. Could no be happier. Is he in the squad then? We'll have a quick scan through some of these in a sec. All right, says Noah. Did Gillingham have Lumley in goal? Do they really? No shock losing there. No, we played Gillingham the other night. An 18-year-old, actually. The Den is scary even without fans. Daunting place. Yeah. Is this season indeed, isn't it? Right, let's just quickly bomb through some of these SofaScore pages, and we'll be able to have a look. And we will be able to see that Bournemouth look pretty staid there. Rico coming in for Lloyd Kelly by the look of it. Solanke, Stanislaus and Danjuma up top. Rooney playing up top for Derby, is he? I wonder. Or is he going to sit in central midfield? We will find out. To Verrick, Davis and Clark across the back. And David Marshall, I think he was injured the other night. So Derby fans will be pleased that he is back. Let's check on some of the other games. Oh, but if I press back, it takes me away from that screen. How irritating. Luton and Brentford there. Luton going for a 3 at the back again. And is that unchanged from the other night? No, James Collins is not playing. Jordan Clark starting up top for Brentford. Still no Pontus Jansson. So Sørensen starts with Pinnock in the centre-half position. Janelt back into the centre of midfield, and Buemo, Tony and Kenya. So no Godos in this game for the Bees. Who else can we look at? We can look at Borough and Forest, where I'm told Gaetang Bong is starting at left-back. Obviously, Ian Ellis was sent off the other night against Luton. Otherwise, Freeman starts. And Guerrero starts up top. Very interesting selection from Houghton today. We had Lyle Taylor playing and which player am I missing out? Joe Lolly. So, yeah, look on the bench there. Interesting. Where's Lewis Graben gone? Borough going to a back 4. Interesting. Boller, McNair, Wood, Gordon. Yeah, so they're just so short of centre-halves, aren't they? Morsey, Saville, Howson, Coulson, Assombalonga, Tavernier. Don't be surprised if that's wrong. I think Coulson's going to be in a back 5, possibly. Warnock's done that all season. Watch if SofaScore changed that. I have a funny feeling. They just might do. Barnsley and Watford. By the way, we're about 10 seconds from kickoff, according to SofaScore, which you can probably actually see on the stream. Barnsley looking, very staid, isn't it? Matty James keeps his place. Schmidt in up the top there. I can't believe Watford have Sarr, João Pedro and Capoue all playing. Brilliant stuff. Watford looking strong as ever. And we always gaze on the bench for Watford. And look who, oh my goodness me. Look on the bench for Watford. Andre Gray and Will Hughes returning, by God. Good luck with that, everybody. If they can get those lot playing, then going to be looking nice, isn't it, for Watford. Right, sorry, I'm just going to keep pushing on through these team selections, guys, so we can check, see what's going on. We already had the Millwall lineup from Gaza, but we'll have a look in here. So, Bart, Wallace, Cooper, Hutchison, Malone, Romeo, wingbacks, Wood, Leonard. Today, Mahoney, Wallace, Bradshaw, Zahor played in the week. Let me just have a swig of coffee. As my phone receives a slew of tweets from club admins. 433 says SofaScore for Huddersfield. Obviously, all SofaScore formations are subject to being wrong. Dehaney comes in at fullback there. Pieper has been excellent, hadn't he? Pritchard, Hogg, O'Brien, Diakabi and Benza Karoma is your Huddersfield team there. Wycombe and Sheffield Wednesday. What a big game that is. Allsop, Grimmer Stewart, Knight in for Wycombe. That is normally Stewart and Charles, isn't it? And he's not on the bench, so he must be injured, the Wycombe centre-half. Adeniran and Thompson in the double pivot. Cashgit, Horgan, Wheeler, Akin, Fenwer starts again. Wildsmith in the goal for Wednesday. Palmer, Iorfa, Borna. Harrison, Reach, wing-backs. Bannon, Windass. Pella, Pessi. I suspect Windass will be a number 10 rather than number 8 where they seem to have him. Patterson and Marriott up top. Izzy Brown on the bench. Always a name we look out for when we're doing Sheffield Wednesday. Who haven't I done yet? Couple more to go. Stoke and Rotherham. Apparently Fleetwood have taken the lead. So Sky tell me against Oxford. We're seeing the goal on Sky Sports there. Edge of the box. Oh, nice goal. Callum Camps. Floaty half volley from Camps there. Nice job. There are your Stoke Rotherham formations and team selections. Angus Gunn starts in goal for Stoke. Fox, Bart and Suter. Smith and McLean are the wing-backs. John Obi and Jordan Thompson. Powell, Fletcher and Campbell up top. That looks like Michael O'Neill's favourite. And we have a goal already in the Championship. It's Preston 0, Birmingham 1. We will try and find out more as we go. Preston 0, Birmingham 1 is our opening goal thus far. We'll stick it up in the banner. Preston 0, Birmingham 1. First goal of the afternoon in the games we care about. That looks really massive on there if I do that, doesn't it? But there you go. I'm sure another goal will be in very soon to save us from that. We're finding out, in fact, we're going to see the goal. Sky have gone to Deepdale already, where Preston are just awful at home. Direct one over the top, saved in the first instance, helped on and nicely finished there by Riley McGree, who we didn't even realise was starting because we haven't got to this game yet. A hustle and a bustle first off. Is that Leko? Jutkovic is going to get the assist. And McGree puts that one in nicely. 1-0 to Birmingham. Our first goal of the afternoon scored by Birmingham City and Riley McGree. We'll come to your comments in just a sec. Cambridge lead against Crawley. Let's just try and get through the rest of these. Rotherham are lining up with Matic, Ihekwa, Angus MacDonald back after suspension and Harding. Joseph Suna, Miller, Wide, McDonald, Lindsay, who scored a couple of goals against Sheffield Wednesday. Barlasser also scored. And Ladapo, who is playing well up top for the Millers. Moving on, and I think we've nearly covered them all now. Preston and Birmingham, who apparently haven't kicked off, but Birmingham have taken the lead. There you go. So the back four for Birmingham, again, Karanka switching in between a 5 and a 4. He's blocking out the midfield these days rather than a defence. Pedersen, Dean, Roberts, Cogley playing at right back, so no Max Collin. San Jose, Sunjic. Oh, God, that's wrong, isn't it? There's no way Jutkovic is playing midfield. Leko and Sanchez is probably a 4-4-2, isn't it? Or McGree is playing midfield with Jutkovic up top. Barnsley have taken the lead against Watford, just as I was extolling the virtues of that brilliant Watford squad. We have a goal for Barnsley. It is Barnsley 1, Watford 0. Valerian Ismail is making quite the start, isn't he? Won his first game against QPR, and Alex Mowat has scored. So Barnsley 1, Watford 0. What a screamer that was, says the Barnsley Twitter. I wonder if they're overstating it. We will find out if Sky can show us the goal. I promise I will come to your comments in just a second. I've been saying that for about 6 or 7 minutes now. I will. I'm a man of my word. I'm a man. Oh, you're going to get to hear me describe it and not Tony Pulis, you poor things. Mowat picks it up deep in midfield. And, oh, what a goal. Yeah. The Barnsley Twitter was not lying. Comes forward and absolutely spanks it in. Left-footed from outside the box, in off the top of the right-hand post there. Stupendous goal by Mowat there. Love that. 1-0 to Barnsley in that game. We've got a couple more to look at in terms of team selections. And then we are all set. I promise you, we are all set. Let's just get rid of that. And you can see Swansea again, not starting with Gyökeres there. Low and AU up front with Danda behind. Corey Smith and Jay Fulton. Roberts and Bidwell are the wing-backs. So Manning back out of the team. Guay, Cabango and Norton. So Bennett not in the team either. Pears, Nyambe, Lenihan, Williams, Rankin, Costello for Rovers. Tribal, Evans and Holtby, Brereton, Armstrong and Elliott. I think that's been unchanged for a couple of games, hasn't it? Someone will correct me if I'm wrong about that, but Blackburn not changing a lot. Great early chance there. Smithies pulls off a stunning save in the game QPR versus Cardiff, which we haven't looked at the teams yet. And I think that's because it's the last one left. And then we can go to your comments. I absolutely promise you. There we go. So Dieng, Kane, Masterson, Barbe, and Hammerline. We normally get Kake at right back there. Carroll and Cameron. Bright Samuel is starting. Chair, Adoma, Dykes up top, so no Bon today. Bakuna in at right back there. I think Bagan had been playing full back. Not sure. Was he playing right back? I think he might have been. Not sure. Can't remember. Bennett, Nelson, Morrison, Smithies, Volks and Pack. Double pivot. Ojo, Rawls, Murphy, Kiefer Moore up top for Cardiff. Right. I should be able to read some of your comments. Let's have a look. No more goals going in just yet. Sorry, I'm just messing with my phone. And I think we are all good. My phone obviously goes mad at 3 p.m. on a Saturday. Right, I'm going to throw that up and then we will get to the comments. Right, here we go. Jay's here. Our Bet365 notifications working beautifully. Yeah, great way of following. Birmingham playing 4-2-3-1 says not a big twit. That becomes 4-5-1 with Karanka very quickly, doesn't it? How was my evening out? It was lovely. Thank you, Noel. Very, very kind. I didn't check my phone too many times. Crazy goal. Looks like I'm a little behind. Talking about Moa, I think. Go on Blue says, no, you are winning. With an overhead kick assist, indeed. Charlie is here. Wonderful. Live from hospital. It was amazing to meet you. Yes, Charlie came to see me this morning. What an honour it was to get a visit from the great Charlie. And we should probably put up his fan sponsor because this is a live watch along. Charlie Frost, 30 years of loyal. Here is to many more. An honour to meet you this morning. Charlie, what an inspiration you are. Right. We're back into comments. Come on, Luton, says Sean. Akin Fenwood brace. Wonder whether it would be Rooney or Waghorn that takes the free kicks. Rooney will take the right footers and Waghorn will take the left footers, won't he? 2 goals so far in our games. The Middlesbrough official Twitter tweeting about let fans in. One in the eye for the government there. Have we got another goal in the Fleetwood game? We're seeing a replay of something. Maybe a penalty. Not one of our games, so I won't spend too long on it. Where are we going there? Afternoon, says Robert. Swansea win and Cardiff loss would be perfect. Looking forward to see how we Barnsley do against 11 players with the new manager. Absolutely, you're doing very well, Harry. Already leading. Jake says, have you reacted? Going to do a reaction to the Norwich-Bristol City game. Jake, I will be on at 10 tomorrow morning. We'll do a full review of everything. And I will include my comments on a really good win for Norwich today at Bristol City. Right, things settling down. We got goals in 2 of our games so far. Birmingham lead 1-0 at Preston. Riley McGree with his first goal for Blues. And Barnsley lead 1-0 against Watford. Alex Mowat with a brilliant goal, frankly. Smashing it in from outside the box, left-footed, in off the post. Get your comments in. Get your predictions in. Fan First is up there, www.fanfirst.co.uk. Help me out. Go and get involved over at Fan First. Is that Kevin Phillips? Wow, they got Kevin Phillips summarising. What a player he was. I've not seen him on Sky summarising before. You're welcome, Jake. Surprised they managed to keep Mo. Yeah, he was a clear star player for them last season, wasn't he? Always, even if you just flipped on any website and you're just looking at basic numbers, he was always at the top of all the lists, wasn't he? So, Altrincham have scored. Fisayo Adarabio, he must be related to the guy who plays for Fulham on loan from Man City. We have a free kick in the Bournemouth derby game, and we have Rooney and Waghorn over it. They're live, actually, so we could be seeing. Here comes Rooney, right-footed into the wall. Oh, God, they've scored. Derby have taken the lead at the Vitality. That's not Graham Shinney, is it? I think it is. Wow. So Sky get it right there. And Derby have taken the lead. Rooney, put the free kick into the wall. And it looked like Shinney who poked it into the net. And Derby lead 1-0 at Bournemouth. Watford and Bournemouth behind early on in these games. It is Bournemouth 1. Let's have a look here. Oh, big deflection. Shinney pokes his foot at it. I think it's Steve Cook. Oh, you thought Pookie's goal was deflected for Norwich. There's another one deflected up and just over the despairing dive of, I guess it's Begovic in the goal for Bournemouth. There we go. A third goal of the afternoon. Derby go 1-0 up. And Shinney, who missed that big chance, didn't he, in the game against Forest, takes his chance today with a little bit of a help from a little bit of a deflection. MK Dons are behind at home to AFC Wimbledon. Somewhat of a grudge match, that one. Let's have a look at your comments here. Local media advising that Mowat hoping to sign an extended contract. Yeah, get that one done. Derby and free kicks, name a better duo. There you go. Bournemouth, the only unbeaten side in the Football League, now losing. Indeed, they are. Have they been behind before, Bournemouth, this season? Did they go behind against Coventry? I can't think. No, they didn't, did they? Wimbledon beating MK. Wimbledon 0, Wimbledon 1. There we go. Charlie and I were discussing that very same thing over a cup of tea this morning. Get your comments in. Goals in 3 of our games so far. If I can figure out how to do it on this iPad, I'll be able to get the Ipswich game up because I haven't managed to put my iFollow code in thus far. Not that I appear to seem to be able to figure out quite how to use this. If anyone knows how to use the iFollow app and where I put my code in, although I think I have to put it in the actual Ipswich website, and I don't know, can't be asked. Lots of games to... Jay says they were only behind to commentary. That's a very good point. I continually typed the wrong scores in there, didn't I? MK Dons have equalised, it says, against AFC Wimbledon. Oh, and Hull have taken the lead. Hull going great guns up at the top of League One. Keane and Lewis Potter, a very good young player there. Will football stop again, Ben, when they announce another lockdown? Do you think? No, I don't think it will. I think it will be like the parts of the lockdown. I'm trying to think. How did they do it in July? The Germans played whilst lockdown was going on, didn't they? I just think with all their testing capacity and their infrastructure, they'll just keep the football going, won't they? We need it, for goodness sake. And that's happening at 5 p.m, isn't it, that conference there? That's a great goal by Keane Lewis Potter for Hull. Hoping that Swansea and Blackburn don't cancel each other out. Hoping for a 6-6 in that one, says Will. Have you got over 11 goals on your bet? Get your thoughts in on Sheffield United. They're one of our dearly departed as well up in the Premier League. And QPR have the lead against Cardiff. It is QPR 1, Cardiff 0. That was a good matchup for QPR earlier in the season, wasn't it? Last season, earlier in the year, possibly. I think it was early January, wasn't it? 6-1 there, wasn't it? So QPR take the lead against Neil Harris's Cardiff. 1-0 to Rangers. We will find out the goal scorer in due course. Ilias Chair is the goal scorer. 1-0 to Rangers. So we now have goals in 1, 2, 3, 4 of our games. Chair on target on 15 minutes. Let's have a look at your comments. So we're going to see the goal, first of all. Why QPR wearing red and white? I don't get it. Well, it's chipped to the back post. Chair volleys it into the ground and it just loops up over everybody else. Not sure he meant to put it exactly there, but you'll take it, won't you? You will take it. Let's have a look at some of your comments here. Government can't completely shut down football. Too many clubs would go under. People would revolt. Yeah, I don't think they will they? I think they've moved it from 4 till 5, Noel, I've heard. Mick is off to Cyprus, Mick McCarthy. Isn't he just? Yeah, Apoel Nicosia, was it? Is that Mick's retirement? Have they given him a nice mansion in Cyprus to go and live out there and work out there? Nicky Clark has scored a penalty for Dundee United. Isn't he a hairdresser? It is Luton 0, Brentford 1. Brentford taking the lead. I'll bet that that's Ivan Toney, but we'll find out in just a second who has scored the goal for the Bees, who lead 1-0 at the Hatters. Luton 0, Brentford 1. Rico Henry, the left back, is the goal scorer indeed. 1-0 to Brentford. Hopefully Sky will show us that goal there. The 1-2 third away team to take the lead in the first 20 minutes here in our 3 o'clock games. So it's out on the wing with Kanyos down the left. He crosses it in, cleared out to Henry, gets it out of his feet. Decent enough shot. Maybe Sluga in the goal needs to do a bit better with that one. But Henry hits it nice and early. And it is Millwall 0, Huddersfield 1. Cat amongst pigeons there. And much of the top 6 are losing at the moment. Millwall going a goal behind to Huddersfield here. We will find out who is responsible for scoring that goal. But another possible favourite in a game at home, going a goal behind there. Lots of goals so far. Nicely spaced out, which helps me as well. If anyone knows the goal scorer, they can let me know in the comments. Sorry, I'm a little bit behind. Josh Karoma is the goal scorer. Right, let's bang through some of these comments. Yes, I have seen Ben Foster's YouTube channel. Really, really good. Lovely to see some behind-the-scenes stuff. I wonder whether they'd let a younger player do that. Probably not, but I don't think you have to put a code in. We'll link to the Ipswich ticket account. Maybe I'll figure it out at halftime and we'll get the second half up. Get in ours at last, says QPR forever. Just fell off his keyboard. Right, here comes the Huddersfield goal. O'Brien has clipped to the right wing, headed down into the middle. Doesn't hit it too cleanly, but it goes right in the corner. And Karoma has the goal. And Huddersfield have the lead. A big cheer from Noah there. QPR looking like Feyenoord. Oh, a limited edition kit, indeed. I follow miles behind here as usual. Yes, indeed. McLean just wide, but even start in the Stoke Rotherham game. Thank you, Iain. Nicky Clark has always been on the fringe of my first team. The team that won the old First Division, Bowles Francis. Is this why they've got the limited edition kit? So much for a 4-0 Millwall prediction. Gone. Done. Keepers should do better. However, glad that Sluga is in a better place than last season. Hated to see him struggle. Yeah, it didn't start well for him, didn't he? As an Norwich fan, I'm having a rather nice... Yeah, if nothing changes, I mean, it will because it's the Championship. But yeah, could be a good day. Any predictions on when fans will be allowed back? I have my theories, plucky chicken, but I need to put my tinfoil hat on to say them. I suppose a prediction would be March, I guess. That'd be a whole year, wouldn't it? Whole year of no fans in football. Brutal. Absolutely brutal. It was against the run of play. I follow half a minute behind. Sorry if I ruined the surprise of that goal for you. Gaza put me on delay. Spool back about 30 seconds. Just appears that the idea of this next lockdown is to bed the whatever number it is that they're concerned with, either hospitalizations or deaths, to this point. So we're thinking about vaccinations in April. They're talking about being able to mass produce them. So Preston have equalised. Preston 1, Birmingham 1. So 2 goals in that game already. Preston 1, Birmingham 1. And we will find out in due course who has scored that goal. Jaden Stockley is the goal scorer for Preston, who have come from behind in that game to go level with Birmingham City. Preston 1, Blues 1. Remember, Preston, terrible home record, haven't they? They're literally the best team in the league away from home and the worst at home. Swansea 1, Blackburn 0. The Swans take the lead on 25 minutes in that one. Swansea 1, Blackburn 0. Goals come in thick and fast today, aren't they? And in plenty of the games. We now have goals in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of our 10 games so far. Swansea take the lead 1-0. They lead against Blackburn. Ben Cabango, the scorer. That will be his second goal of the season. He scored in the game against Millwall, didn't he, for Swansea. Jack, just discovered your channel. Nice to see YouTuber with a passion for the championship. I live for the championship, Jack. Preston have actually scored at home. Annie has come out of his darkened room after watching Bristol City earlier, trying to defend against Norwich. Great start by Millwall. However, we've grown into it. Very happy with the goal. Long way to go. Would you call Wycombe v Swansea a 6-pointer? I call it a minus 6-pointer. Yeah, a huge game, isn't it? Dear Carby assisted. Boom. I think we're about to see a couple of goals now. If Wycombe Ling, how long before Wednesday make a managerial appearance? Big long ball headed away. Stockley chests down. Wow, what a goal by Stockley. God. Proper catches Etheridge out, chests it down and volleys it in from miles out. A tremendous goal there. Did he handball it off the chest there? I didn't quite see. Brilliant goal by Stockley. Sensational stuff, that. We'll probably get to see the Swansea goal in a minute. Chelsea have taken the lead against Burnley for you fantasy league players. We're not too bothered about the Premier League here other than our dearly departed, but we're bothered about our fantasy league, aren't we? So, although the Premier League is a fantasy league. What a goal, wasn't it? Just, hey? On this day, 81, Millers 6, Chelsea 0. Wow. Bloody hell, that Preston goal, yeah. Strange goal for Preston following an early challenge. Sunic went down. Birmingham plays pretty much stopped, and Stockley scored. Quite the volley as well, wasn't it, David? Ziyech is the goal scorer. Ziyech, pronunciation. Stoke 1, Rotherham 0. Stoke take the lead against Rotherham. The Millers there at the bet 365. Does that mean we now have goals in all of our games? I think there's still one that doesn't. Stoke 1, Rotherham 0. And I'm assuming James McLean is the scorer. And I just missed Ben Cabango's goal. Looked like it was a header from a set play. I saw him hugging Connor Roberts, so I'm guessing he headed in his corner. Burnley will be covered on the channel next season. Who knows? Who knows? Chris Kamara is at Stoke. I once saw Ipswich play Stoke with Chris Kamara as the manager. And Sky need to show me a better replay than that. Luton 0, Brentford 2. A huge boot down the pitch in this game. Did Fletcher get eyebrows on there? Keeper in no man's land. Rotherham, we were really disappointed with that goal, weren't they? Just a big goal kick down the middle, and McLean lobs it over the keeper and in. And as you've probably just heard, Brentford have gone 2-0 up against Luton. The Bees in fine form by the sounds of it, by the sounds of the scoreline. They are 2-0 up down at Luton. Get your comments in if you are on any of these games. Assist from Gunn. I think Stephen Fletcher got a little bit of his ball patch on that one, didn't he, Jay? But there you go. What do I think about Cambridge's start to the season? I've got no idea, John, about Cambridge. We're watching a goal for Charlton. Good old Johnny Williams scoring there. And QPR go 2-0 up against Cardiff. QPR 2-0 up. A really good start from our West London teams. Both QPR and Brentford are 2 up already. So we've got a couple of goals we're waiting to see on Soccer Saturday. And it's both of those West London teams, Brentford and QPR going 2 goals up already with only 30 minutes. Todd Kane is the goal scorer. And go figure, Ivan Toney has played half an hour. So he's got his statutory goal on a plate. Brian and Buemo down in off the right-hand side. Nice ball in behind. And Buemo heads it down, comes inside the fullback and gives Toney the tap-in from about a foot out. How many is that for Toney now? 8? 9? Someone will let me know in the chat, or I'll just bring it up on the screen. But he's absolutely on fire, isn't he? I'm on fire. Do, 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 do. Meow, 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 meow. So, yes, that is Toney's recent form. If I bring that up, 2 against Brentford, 2 against Coventry, 2 against Preston, 2 against Coventry, 2 against Wednesday. Didn't score against Stoke, but did get an assist. 1 against Norwich, 1 against Luton. So 1, 2, 8 goals in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 8 goals and an assist in the last 6 games for Ivan Toney. Nice goal by QPR. Todd Kane on the volley, on the half volley after the ball was crossed in from the left-hand side. Tremendous stuff from Kane. Tremendous stuff from Ivan Toney as well. Let's have a look at a live league table so far. And you can see Reading lost. Norwich won and went into second, but Swansea currently move above them. However, Bournemouth, Millwall, Watford all losing. Stoke are in the lead and Brentford are in the lead. Borough are level. And down at the bottom, you can see the price for winning between Wycombe and Sheffield Wednesday is large. Large. Having it large. Right. We want 6. Can we get 6 again? There we go. Wear this kit every game. The QPR fans are happy. Kasabian, top band, yeah. Woo! No swearing. I get in trouble. West Brom would have been better off signing Ivan Toney than Carl and Grant. Maybe. Wycombe gut, says Mankind. Is that saying he has a gut feeling Wycombe are going to win? Let's bring the scores up. Some interesting ones so far. Preston 1, Birmingham 1, Barnsley 1, Watford 0, Bournemouth 0, Derby 1, QPR 2, Cardiff 0, Luton 0, Brentford 2, Millwall 0, Huddersfield 1, Swansea 1, Blackburn 0, Stoke 1, Rotherham 0 is what we have going on so far. No dearly departed in action at the moment, although Sheffield United did lose earlier, our promoted second place team in 18-19. They're showing us some footage. Of Britta Sombalonga, clean through on goal. Has to score there, doesn't he? And then, Borough. Borough, 2 big, huge chances for Tavernier and Sombalonga to take the lead there. Borough look like they should be in front in that game. If you'll indulge me for a second, we'll just see what's going on and happening with my team, Ipswich, over on SofaScore. Ipswich playing against Crewe today. Joy of all joys. We used to have some horrible games against Crewe back in the day in the Championship. 54 to Crewe, 4 shots on target. Ouch. Shots inside the box, 4. Oh, dear. So Ipswich looking distinctly second best to Crewe, if the numbers are anything to go by. Let's hope they're not, but they often are. We will find out. Let me know how your teams are getting on in the comment. Put your hand up if you're winning. Ipswich aren't beating Crewe. And we will go back to the Championship, where there are plenty of goals. In fact, a goal in every game other than Borough versus Forest. And there should have been a goal in that game as well by the look of it. Hammerlinen playing well for us, says Make Me Blue. QPR fans very, very happy. I did say QPR would score 3. Hey, nobody's won and QPR haven't scored 3 yet. Leeds don't play till Monday. I think we draw 1-1 with Leicester. We will be here for a watch-along for that one, Jay. Come and join us. Big chance for Derby, says Lewis. Waghorn and Lawrence 2v2, but Waghorn's pass to Lawrence was poor. The former Ipswich teammates. Is Cardiff one of Adoma's former clubs? Yes, he was on loan there last season. James Henry has missed a pen for Oxford, says Animation. Also, Nicholson said Dan Juma should be off. Has dived twice. Interesting. As I see a trailer for The Witches by Roald Dahl, which I think Shaylee wants to watch. We'll see how that works out. Jessica says, do all football, Ben. Don't restrict yourself to just Championship. I honestly think that's the best way to expand your channel. We'll get there slowly, Jessica, won't we? We're expanding gently, aren't we? But we're doing okay at the moment. And as long as the knowledge level and the level of analysis I give doesn't then drop, then maybe we will do over time. But we will see. Senny Dieng is amazing. We've got some very happy QPR fans at the moment. Very disappointed with him after lockdown. That's James Henry, not Senny Dieng. Jay says he's working very hard with the 30 teams he's covering. I'm doing okay, aren't I? What would be great is if all 3 of the dearly departed or the Premier League relegation places were not filled by dearly departed teams. Then I could have 8 teams in the Premier League. Well, that's unlikely, though, isn't it? Every time one survives, we can add another 3. Bournemouth 66% possession, 1 shot. Derby 34, 7 shots, 4 on target. I thought Koku was a possession manager. There you go. Oh, they've gone to Portman Road. Hopefully nothing amiss. What's for tea? I don't know, Russ. We've got a Gusto in the fridge. So Shaylee will figure something out. She's on it. Jessica says, your knowledge and research so much. Thank you very much. It's very kind. That's the plan. And I don't want it to drop below that standard. So I don't want to move too fast, if you know what I mean. But we're doing good and I'm really, really enjoying it. Thank you to you lot as ever for the support. Red card at Harrogate, says Dan. I think we'll have Fulham and West Brom back in the Championship. Apparently Crewe boss in Ipswich are Will. The numbers said that as well. Is that what the Sky guy said? This is not good, is it? Are we seeing an Ipswich home defeat coming today against Crewe? Yuck. I still believe Sheffield United will sort their stuff out. Why not get the butler to do the tea, Ben? I hope you're not A, referring to the wonderful Shaylee as the butler, or B, saying I'm wealthy enough to have a butler. Either of them. To be fair, all the Dutch reporter says Coker is a counter-attack manager with quick, pacey wingers. There you go. Well, he's got them now, hasn't he? Top-notch indeed when he's not being biased. Absolute bias. Terrible bias today, Russ. How dare I criticise Bristol City's centre-half? Actually, Russ, you can answer this, yeah? You're a reasonable guy, Russ, and you're a Norwich fan. On a scale of 1 to 10, how bad were Bristol City's back 3? Forget what Norwich did. Just tell me how bad Bristol City's back 3 were. I think Jeff asked if Ipswich are playing like Barcelona or something. No. Wealthy, not Mrs. Veg. I wish. Hey, I wish indeed. So that second Brentford goal is Tony's 9th in 9 games. Tony, we looked. He's got 8 goals and 1 assist in the last 6 games, which is sensational. Ivan Toney. Ben, did you not leave your bias at the door? No, clearly not. Clearly not, Jay. My bias was in me. I couldn't override my bias. And it got the better of me. No, of course I left it at the door. It's just outside, the other side there. Oh, my coffee's gone cold. My tea's gone cold. I'm wondering why. I was going to compare them to our own, but they made ours look organised. Dreadful. They were hopeless, weren't they? Bless them. But obviously, Russ, being a grown-up Norwich fan, understands that criticising a team's defending isn't having to go at the team that wins. Noel, more like, I promise you, David, the wine is there. And not, although this is like 3 days old now, I don't know how that will taste. In fact, let's just do the ultimate test. Nope, that's good. We'll have a little bang on that tonight. No goals for the last few minutes. That's naughty animation. Not today, though. He did not. Yes, let's do a merch shout out. You can now go to the Teesprings store to check out the merchandise. Am I logged in on this? I have to do StreamYard in a Chrome window, and I do everything else in a Safari window. I'm not really very good with computers, but I should be able to bring you up the merch store to show you what's going on with that. Log in. I'm not a robot. I just told you. Oh, I can't get in there, guys. I'll just plug it. But yes, my bias is too wide for my door. That's Gaz's story, and he's sticking to it. There we go. Blues fans will always drone on about how we should have gone for Tony, pretending like we could have actually got him. But you have Jutkovic. What a player. Ivan Toney did exactly nothing when he was at... Where was he at Barnsley? I didn't realise he was at Barnsley. Deary me. What, was that on loan? Where did this form come from? It's been coming. Don't worry if you saw him play the past couple of seasons. I think you've said it before, but the way Brentford play, if you're a decentish striker, you should be able to score. Brentford strikers with odd exceptional games get lots of chances. Yes, totally nailed it, Tony. Totally nailed it. And why do they end up scoring less goals when they go off? Watkins, Hogan, Mopai, etc., etc. They all end up, the totals drop down a little bit, don't they? Keep right on. Say the Birmingham fans who've conceded a goal, which is rare for them. QPR keeping Kiefer more quiet. Big Kiefer, who I met in a shopping centre in Sheffield when he was on loan at Rotherham. Went and chatted to him. He was ever so friendly, and then I told him I was an Ipswich fan. And he was like, oh, sorry, mate, got to go. See you later. Yeah, I think he knew he was out of Ipswich at that point. Odds on Derby to lose 2-1 after missing chances, 0-1. I'm sure Jay and Bet365 will be able to help you out. Bits is your guy, isn't he? Hey. Why is there another lockdown? Should we get into that in the chat? Because they want to control the numbers before the vaccine comes, don't they? And they feel that's the best way. Bolton are 3-0 down, are they? Goodness me. Oh, Orient 3, Bolton 0. You are correct. Who was that? Will saying that. Bolton, who were playing in the Championship just, 2 seasons ago, 18-19, weren't they? No goals for a while in our Championship games. Preston 1. Birmingham 1. Sorry, I've dropped my pen, which is just an annoying prop at the moment that I wave around and annoyingly click the button. Barnsley 1, Watford 0, Bournemouth 0, Derby 1, QPR 2, Cardiff 0, Luton 0, Brentford 2, Millwall 0, Huddersfield 1, Swansea 1, Blackburn 0, Stoke 1, Rotherham 0. Our last goal was that Todd Kane one, which was a fair wee while ago, wasn't it? Will still football be going on? Yeah, it should be, shouldn't it? I can't see why they would, given that all the players get tested all of the time and they're incredibly fit young men with evidently very few underlying conditions. I know some of them possibly have asthma maybe, but great save in the Derby game there by David Marshall. Look like Solanke looking to the heavens. Personally, don't believe lockdown is the best way. Just your opinion, and you are entitled to your opinion, sir. And hopefully we have a nice enough atmosphere in our group here, in our group of subscribers, that people are entitled to their opinion, as long as they're not insulting or personal. No need for that, is there? Kiefer Moore, who? Indeed. Premier League looking to continue regardless. Yeah, everyone will continue, won't they? I can't see why it would stop. Lots of half times coming through now. Wycombe have taken the lead. Wycombe have scored against Sheffield Wednesday. That could be a very, very big goal at Adams Park. 1-0 Wycombe over Sheffield Wednesday. A real huge 6-pointer, that one. And that could mean Wednesday. Yeah, David Wheeler has scored in the 3rd minute of stoppage time. Wycombe lead 1-0. Was it a set play? Of course it was. Wheeler heading in on the near post from a corner. Floats it in to the far post. And Wycombe have the lead against Sheffield Wednesday. That is really, really bad news for Wednesday. I mean, in terms of avoiding relegation, well, they're aiming at 4th bottom, obviously. But in terms of getting off the bottom, they're aiming at Wycombe, aren't they? So a big 6-pointer in the way of them now. Not good at all for Wednesday. Let's bring up the live league table, because an 8-point gap to this was always the issue with Wednesday. If this stays the same, an 8-point gap to Wycombe, but more importantly, a 12-point gap to Coventry. So they are no further on than when they started, if this stays the same, in terms of starting the season 12 points away from safety. Bad news for Sheffield Wednesday. 1-0 down. Ipswich have managed to get to half-time without conceding a goal against Crewe. Joy. Do you think Stoke will get playoffs? Yes, I do. Yeah. Not good for mental health. They've estimated that if they did nothing extra, daily deaths would be between 2K and 4K soon. We hear all these numbers, don't we? I don't know whether we believe them or not. Obviously, that would be terrible, wouldn't it? But there you go. In the minus 6-pointer, indeed. Bye-bye, Gary Monk. Not good. Yeah, Monk will be sacked. They're effectively going to be 12 points given Coventry's victory. 12 points away. Could it be even worse, actually? Where's the live league table? Yeah, it could be. No, it couldn't be any worse for them. Forest can go on to 10 points with a win today. Although, if Bournemouth were to score 2 against Derby, that would drop Derby down by 3 points. So that is all predicated on Derby winning. Either way, it was going well for Sheffield Wednesday. And now it feels like it's going back towards that sort of 12-point gap. If they do lose and, say, Bournemouth come back and beat Derby, it's still a 9-point gap, isn't it? So set play goal, of course, absolutely. Half-time at Preston, 1-1 there. Someone has the Monk on, I bet. Never trusted Gary with 2 R's. Can you name me another Gary with 2 R's? I can't think of one. Stop it. I bet they are. Poor buggers. No comment on that. 5:15 announcement at Hillsborough. What whilst Boris is on the lectern, John? Sack Monk or we're down by Christmas, says JC Dog. Ouch. Go gentle on them, Jay. Am I being slightly baffled that Monk? I don't think you might be being a little bit harsh, Tony. I think there's a good manager in there, but they do seem to keep ending in kind of spurious ways, don't they? So not engaging, just looking. Jay indulging in the act of Schadenfreude, or sadism, as we say in English. 2 R's, relegation and redundancy. Not good. Not good. Wednesday's form has dipped. Yes. Jerry Rafferty, isn't it? Pritchard, been a nuisance to us today. Hassling Wood, he took a knock at the end of the first half. Yeah, Pritchard, he was a good player at one time, wasn't he? He went to Norwich for an absolute ton of money, didn't he? I remember, wasn't he on loan at Brentford from Tottenham, and he did really well, didn't he? But good manager, lot of baggage. Yeah, I know what you mean. Tony has 9 in 9 games, says Hal. And as we calculated, 8 goals and an assist in 6 games for Ivan Toney. Sensational. He's playing wingers at wing-backs and wing-backs up front. There you go. Every little helps when you're minus 12, isn't it? Millwall have definitely had better of the last 10 of that game. Is it just me that dislikes Cooper? Don't think he's a player at all. I like Cooper. Gary Shandling. Don't know who that is. What a goal from Mowat. Yes. All Preston do is cross it in from the left into the box. Hey, does it work? Going to go lie down. Not feeling great after chemo. Take care, all. Take care, Charlie. That chemo is an absolute terror there. Go and find Charlie on Twitter to send him your best wishes. Putting up with cancer and chemo. Our good friend Charlie there. I think he's on the higher dose now. He said to me today. So good luck, Charlie. Really, really, really good luck. You got this. Come on. Pritchard was superb. Yeah, I remember for Brentford, Pritchard was good. Mowat Screamer, indeed, David. We love that one. Very entertaining game for Swans. Blackburn played some lovely football. Looked dangerous. Robert should have won a pen. Gary Shaw, yes, when they won the title stole the title from Ipswich, if that's the thing. I'm not bitter. Gary Monk kept Birmingham after a points deduction. Did Sheffield Wednesday high, knowing a points deduction was coming in? Yeah. He kept them up the first season as well, didn't he? Brentford fans love Pritchard. Good player. Never really had to rub the green with us. What a difference it makes having David Marshall, one of the best in the league. Very experienced and safe pair of hands. Yeah, right. Isn't it just? Lots of good wishes for Charlie there. Great friend to our channel. And yeah, I really love the way everyone's banding around Charlie here. He was saying, I saw him earlier, he was saying how pleased he was with the support. So thank you, everybody, thank you from me to everybody for supporting Charlie. Obviously, you know, it's the right thing to do, obviously, but he's one of our friends and we wish him well. Alex says, poor first half. Huddersfield looked dangerous at times. Rest spoke to the defenders about holding, etc. from corners. Since when is it a warning and not a penalty? It's only a warning before they do it, isn't it? It's a penalty after they've done it. Some more nice messages for Charlie. Yeah, brilliant. Yeah, if ever there was an appropriate keep right on, it's definitely for our friend Charlie. Right, where are we looking here? And again, we make it to 0-0 at half time. There we go. Yes, Daz, both games on Monday. So we have, according to the wonderful whiteboard up there, the whiteboard of joy, Fulham v West Brom at 5:15. I'll be here. And then 7:45, I'll be here for Leeds versus Leicester. Both are dearly departed games. The full championship review will be live at 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. No shots on target for Cardiff. Iain looking a very good keeper. Took a chance, or given a chance, and taken it. Right. Give me a minute, guys. I'm just going to grab a drink and use the toilet, and I will be Right back in 2 minutes, and we'll go into all of the second half stuff. Keep the comments coming while I'm away. Keep the chat going. I will be right back, guys. Welcome back, everybody. Was it anyone who used to watch Brass Eye? Who was it? Welcome back and shut up. Brilliant show that, wasn't it? Back in the day. Right, let's get back to your comments. We're coming up to 4 p.m. and getting ready for the second halves. Where was I going to read? There was one about Reading I wanted to read there. And I can't see. There we go. Alistair says, going well for Reading today. Yes. A lot of the sides higher up are not winning. Watford losing, Bournemouth losing. Swansea are winning, though. So a couple of results there going in their favour. I wonder if Steve Gibson will complain about a Saudi takeover. Derby fans love Steve Gibson, don't they? We've had it twice this season so far. Player pulled down well in the air, but ref ordering a retake. Wednesday forever testing my faith. Nah, doesn't look good, does it? Does not look good. Stoke deservedly lead, but the Millers are competing well. McCall Miller looking lively for us. We need to be more adventurous. It's hard playing against Stoke, though, isn't it? God. Are you doing a watch along for the early kickoff next Saturday? Yes. Reading versus Stoke. We were supposed to be going to Friends on the Friday night. So if we go into lockdown, obviously that won't be happening. So in which case, we'll be here all over the place as long as the football keeps going. God, imagine the football stops. What will we do? Jake Cooper foul today was more of a pen than the Wallace one at Preston on Tuesday. Boom. There we go. Just watch your reaction to our goal was not an overstatement. No, it's a great goal, wasn't it? Superb goal, Eli, by Alex Mowat. There we go. Hi, Ben. Watched Reading yesterday, and they look like a mid-table side. Nothing impressive. Oh, be careful with the Reading fans saying that. I think they are regressing to the mean. You may be right, Ivan. You may be right. You may be right. I may be crazy. Name that tune. Oh, but it just may be a loon. Nice tune, Ben. Can I nick it? Which one? Was that the one that was playing in the stream? Yeah, of course you can. I think I nicked it in the first place. So Adam Armstrong is scaring me almost as much as Barry. Good old Barry. earlier on the chat. There you go. Ben, do a watch along with Boris. Need a good laugh. Oh, dear. You're just going to watch me go into depression as we go back into lockdown for another month. And they're going to keep the schools open, aren't they? So Shaylee's going to have to go into work every day with 300 children, all of which will now be with more people. So there you go. Lockdown, everyone. 5 o'clock, Ben, for Boris. Everyone likes Rotherham. They do, don't they? Yeah. Well-run club. Agree, Chris. We don't look threatening up top in terms of Millwall. Right. Are we Monk out, Barry in? Barry can do one. You don't want him, do you? Ben, which city do I live in? I am in, well, I'm not in a city. I'm in a village outside of Bedford off the M1, Ivan. So the closest town is Milton Keynes or Luton, really, both about 20, 30 minutes away. Yeah, well, you feel my pain then, Nat, if your wife is a teacher. They are just required to go on. And Nat, I need to have a rant about it as well. You're married to a teacher, and then they suggest a circuit breaker lockdown in half term. So the teachers have to work to keep everything going. And then when it goes to half term and they get their pre-arranged contracted time off, they're going to lock everything down as well, like the worst of both worlds. There we go. Whereabouts, Lewis, in Bedfordshire? William is off to watch. Yeah, come back and see us, William, please. James says Reading looked a little tired yesterday. Moore looks like he got a bad injury. Ouch. But they've got Gibson, haven't they? The guy on loan from Everton. So that's why we're hoping we will bounce back soon. More Barry comments coming in. Good old Barry. My sister's married to a Barry. Marry Barry. She did that. She married a Barry. All right, Barry. Right. Anyone's second half started yet? Anybody? Yes. Forest have just tweeted that they've started the second half. Gym's closed, and I assume that's what helps me get through, especially when my mum has bad days, can be tough. Oh, I feel you, QPR forever. Oh, dear. The big camp. Oh, okay. The army camp. Wednesday are off again at Wickham. Second half has started there. Lockdown is nonsense. Yeah, lockdown does have a lot of collateral effects, doesn't it? Let's just say. Is it Sillet Bang Barry? Barry Scott, wasn't it, off those adverts? Dear oh me. Who's going to score the first goal in the second half, I wonder? Hopefully it's Ipswich Town against Crewe. But there we go. Millwall are bringing on Smith for Bradshaw. Two of our... with I follow probably in around 20 minutes. Yeah, nice, Ian. Kids must be educated. Healthcare must continue. Staples must continue. But the biggest noise comes from the hospitality industry. That's over. Off the menu. Yeah, anything that's fun has to stop, doesn't it? Basically. Right, second halves are starting. Ivan Toney for Brentford due a hat-trick this week. He's only got one so far, hasn't he? Unless you're telling me he's just scored a second. Not that I am seeing on my goal notifications. Bradshaw wasn't in the game first half. And Preston to score the first goal, says Ivan. It's hard to tell, isn't it? Could be different depending on where the name comes from. So second halves are starting. There are our scores on the screen there. Preston 1, Birmingham 1, Barnsley 1, Watford 0, Bournemouth 0, Derby 1, QPR 2, Cardiff 0, Luton 0, Brentford 2, Millwall 0, Huddersfield 1, Swansea 1, Blackburn 0, Stoke 1, Rotherham 0, Wycombe 1, Sheffield Wednesday 0, which means the live league table has Swansea up in second place as it stands. Obviously, that's what live means. Norwich third, Bournemouth fourth, Millwall fifth, Watford sixth, and the bottom three there, Wednesday, currently are going to be 12 points adrift. And we can count things like this, 12 points adrift with 37 games to fix it. Can they do it? Jake Cooper 1v1 with COVID in the ring. Only one winner. Josh King is on for Bournemouth, says Lewis. Who came off, Lewis? Bacuna on for Huddersfield. And where's he playing, Gaza? Because he sometimes ends up playing fullback, doesn't he? Oh, Pritchard off. Interesting. Heretics off for a run. No, as long as you don't go out for more than an hour a day. Are we doing that again? I remember that was one of the things that was lifted. Stanislas off for Bournemouth. Thank you, Lewis. Thank you, everybody, for keeping us and everybody else updated and giving your opinions as well. Because, frankly, they could keep us updated on the TV, but we're interested in what everybody thinks of all of these happenings as well. No goals yet in the second half in our championship games. Only the one dearly departed team playing today, and they've already played. Sheffield United losing at home to Manchester City. Knock on Pritchard at the end of the half, blow for Huddersfield. Okay. Pritchard off in that game with Bacuna. Coming on, Bacuna Matata for the rest of your days, says the Lion King. Get your comments in on whichever game you are watching. And we will try and keep everything updated. Bit of a lull in the action at the moment, which means I can probably do some plugging. Literally plug the gaps. Say thank you to Charlie, our sponsor here, 30 years of loyal royal. Here's to many more. Brilliant stuff. Thank you, Charlie. And Fan First up there as well. www.fanfirst.co.uk sponsors the channel for a little while longer, actually. I think until the end of the weekend, indeed. Stephen Gleeson scored for Solihull Moors. I think that's the same Stephen Gleeson that was on loan at Ipswich once. Goodness me. Hoylett is on for Cardiff, says Noah. Hoylett would be a former QPR player, wouldn't he, indeed? Results going the right way for the likes of Norwich and Swansea, says Morgan. Indeed. Still getting the halftime ads here. God, it's frustrating. Oh, dear. And QPR are going to be the last ones out, I think, kicking off late. Wonder if Derby can see out the 1-0 win this week. Difficult task down there at Bournemouth. Bournemouth coming back late in their game last week against Watford and winning late against Bristol City. Swansea are indeed second as it stands. Millwall would have gone second. Yes, indeed. Well, things can turn around. Turn around, bright eyes. Still, no goals. 10 minutes of championship football gone in the second half. 10 games currently live and not a single goal for any of the teams since half-time. maybe only 5 or 6 minutes, but we were expecting something. Most players have passed through QPR, indeed. Half chance for Mikel San Jose in the Birmingham game, it says. And Derby on the attack in their game against Bournemouth. In League One, Hull, having been in front, are now behind, which is good news for Ipswich, I have to say. Hull going great guns there. But they are now losing. Cardiff have a penalty against QPR, says the Cardiff Twitter. A penalty for Cardiff. Be interested to see how this one pans out. San Jose will be a brilliant player this season. Watch this space. Certainly comes highly rated, doesn't he, Mikel San Jose? Larbey has been booked for QPR for the foul on Kiefer Moore, and it is a penalty to Cardiff. We're about possibly, well, if his penalty is anything like Naki Wells' penalty earlier, we may not get our opening goal of the second half, but we have Cardiff from the spot, pull it back. It is QPR 2, Cardiff 1. Joe Rules has scored down in Shepherd's Bush there. Cardiff pull it back to 2-1. QPR 2, Cardiff 1. And Larbey's quite lucky there that the ball is running away from him there, and it's not the obvious goal scoring opportunity. So he avoids a red card for that one. Rules puts it in the corner nicely. And just what you want when you're 2-0 down. A goal in the first 5 minutes of the second half is what I was going to say. Cardiff pulling one back there through Joe Rules. Get your comments in on whichever game you are watching. At the moment, as we've said, a good day really for Norwich and for Swansea up in that top 6. They're going to pick up victories as it stands. And as it stands, both Watford and Bournemouth are losing. Should we have a look at the game states for both of those? Let's have a look at Watford versus Barnsley. We'll have a look at the numbers and see how that one's panning out. It's going to be a second straight win, possibly, for Valerian Ismail there. There we go. So look, Watford 64% possession. That's been rare for Watford this season, hasn't it? Dominating the possession. But 4 shots to 2 in Barnsley's favour, 2 on target to 0 in Barnsley's favour, 2 inside the box to 1. No big chances either. So Watford, for their 64% possession, are not really forcing anything. But we know they have a whole boatload of quality there, don't they, in that squad, where that can change in the blink of an eyelid. In terms of Bournemouth and Derby, let's have a look at the game state there and the numbers. Bournemouth 68% possession to 32 is a huge number, but 7 shots to 3 for Derby, 2 on target apiece, 1 counter. No big chances in that game yet. So between them, Bournemouth and Watford, forcing the sum total of nothing really in those games. But I'm sure they'll both put pressure on as the games go on. Let's have a look, and we'll have a look at a couple of the other games and the game states. Let's have a look at the Swansea game where they could go second today, the Swans. And possession-wise, again, in Blackburn's favour, 8 shots to 7 as well in Blackburn's favour. On target, though, 2 apiece. 1 big chance to 0 for Blackburn as well. So maybe Blackburn will be feeling that they can get something out of this game. Right. Let's have a little look. Do we train to give penalties away? Good grief. Yeah. Rangers fans are a little bit unhappy. Millwall seem to miss the crowd at the Den. They're playing better away. So Preston as well. Abraham says, you people don't show live match. No, the rights to show live matches are very expensive. In fact, some people pay £4 billion for the Premier League matches. End to end at Oakwell. That's strange for a Watford game. 9 corners so far for Millwall. First few were chaos. Love it. Like time, says Russ. Yes, hit the like button, please. Thought Barnsley could get something from this game. I didn't. I had Watford down to win that one. Yeah, nice. Bolton 4-0 down. Deary me. Brentford's new signing, Janelt, looking really strong in central defensive midfielder. Yeah. Brentford signed player from Europe. Player turns out to be really good. Standard stuff there. Sorry. Let me just put my phone in the right place. Come on, Ben. Fork out the TV rights. Right. Someone give me a £4 billion super chat and I'll buy the Premier League TV rights. There we go. How far Bolton fallen? Yes. Good grief, hey? Hello, William. Well done. Favourite Premier League team? My favourite Premier League team, I have 5 of them. They're called the Dearly Departed, and they are Villa, Sheffield United, Leeds, Fulham, and West Brom. And I love them all equally. And you can see the Dearly Departed show every game week, preview and review, and some watch-alongs as well. Love it. Jay's on brand there. Very quiet goal-wise in the second half here. Can't see Ian Everett surviving this. Talking about Bolton down there. Yeah, goodness me. Not Chelsea. No, they are not in our Dearly Departed, although they do have one of our old managers, don't they, in Frank Lampard there, who we had in the Championship managing Derby County. Shocking defending from Wednesday should have conceded, says Anir. Wow. Imagine that goes 2-0. That will be proper meltdown amongst the Wednesday fans. Predictions for Monday's games. I predicted an unhelpful... I think I might have predicted an unhelpful draw in both, actually. I think I had draws for both. Fulham, West Brom, and Leeds, Leicester. George Miller on for Schmidt at Barnsley. Interesting. Quite a few good attacking players, Barnsley, haven't they? Yellow for Romeo. I'm always a bit baffled by the favourite Premier League team. I'm a Brentford fan. That's my team. My favourite Premier League team will be Brentford, possibly. There you go. Favourite TV show? My God. Too many. Office, Partridge, Trailer Park Boys. Oh, watch Stafflet's Flats. Has anyone seen that? Stafflet's Flats. That's on all 4. That's really good. Swansea 2, Blackburn 0. We have a goal. The first one in ages. Swansea go 2-0 up, and they look like they really are going to be going into second place. It is Swansea 2, Birmingham 0. Not Birmingham, Blackburn 0. Idiot. Swansea 2, Blackburn 0. Just waiting for the goal scorer, Andre Ayew, who has been head and shoulders Swansea's best player for a fair old while now, hasn't he? And he does the business there. 61 minutes gone. Mayhew scores for Swansea, and they are most definitely going second. They are now 2-0 up. There is the live league table. They're going to move on to 18 points unless Bournemouth can mount a comeback, or Millwall. Indeed, that'll take some goals as well in terms of the Millwall goal difference. But Swansea are moving in to second position and are 2 goals up against Blackburn. Taxman legend, £5 super chat. Thank you, sir. The first down payment in the 4 billion that we're paying for the TV rights. Nice. Right, we're going to get a look at the goal for Swansea here. Dander is down the right-hand side. He clips it into the box. Mayhew just arriving, heads it down. He's a great player in this division, Andre Mayhew, isn't he? Does it again. 2-0 to Swansea. Ben, can you help me with a question? Why are Cardiff so bad? I don't know. I'd be a highly paid football manager if I could answer that. But they've got back to 2-1 in their game, Cardiff, haven't they? So Burnley are 2-0 down. We think they might join us. Sheffield United fan, thoughts on us at the moment? We've become quite negative and don't look our usual selves. Quite worried, to be honest. Yeah, need to get a win from somewhere, Blades, don't they? There has been a lot of mitigating factors in their poor results so far, but you can't go on about red cards that were given or weren't given when you're 10, 12 games into the season. Fixtures have been unkind the last couple of games, haven't they, with Liverpool and Man City? But yeah, they need a win. I suppose just trust in Wilder and keep doing it. But yeah, it does look a bit worrying at the moment for the Blades. Burnley will be on the channel next season. They might. Oh, they might. I think Swansea will hold their spot more consistently than Reading. I think you mean more consistency, but well, let's see. Yeah, let's see. Be nice to have a non-parachute team somewhere in the top 3, wouldn't it? Considering we think that Watford, Norwich, and Bournemouth might just overpower all those positions. So, A-Up Benjamin, great show again. Do you have any thoughts on Harrogate Town now they've got into the league? I haven't seen them play yet, Chris, but yeah, they seem to be doing bits, don't they? Always nice to see some new names in there. So, yeah, good luck to Harrogate. Swansea are making the top 6 for sure. Harrogate aren't in the Championship yet, but hopefully someday, maybe. They're showing us a clip from, chance there for Forest. Who's holding his head there? Is it Ryan Yates? Corner in from Knockout, left-footed. Yeah, Yates up on the near post there. Just glances that one wide and holds his face. There. Miller proves he will fit in with Barnsley strikers by missing a golden chance. Ipswich Town have taken the lead by God against Crewe. And Captain Luke Chambers has scored. Leave your bias at the door, but I'll give you one of those. Ipswich have the lead. Free kick whipped in. Chambers at the back post. He's got a couple of goals already this season, Captain Chambers. Although Chambers ran off, but the Ipswich players were celebrating with someone else. So we'll see if that goes through. Ipswich have the lead. Didn't look like they deserved it from the first half numbers, but I'll take it. I will take it all day. Hey? Blackburn only seem to win against bottom half sides, says White Hart Dane. I'd struggle to debunk that accusation at the moment, is all I will say. Not seen much evidence that that is not true. I'd have to look at the numbers exactly, but they don't seem to do well against the better sides, or the higher up sides, let's just say. And they've really bullied Coventry with 10 and Wickham with 10. And Derby in a really bad moment. Finishing was awesome against Derby, wasn't it? But Sheffield United showed no urgency to score an equaliser today. Looked much different to how we looked when we were going behind against Man City. You've made that about Leeds, haven't you, Joe? Blades have Chelsea next game. Not good. Not good. Sorry to keep harping on, but Brentford's centre-back Sorensen is really impressing me too. He's on well. Jansen's injured. Yeah, he's played a couple of games, hasn't he now? Sorensen. Top of the league to 10th for Bristol City. That's what 5 games, to 2 points from 5 games will do for you, isn't it? Dan Juma goes close for Bournemouth, apparently, according to Twitter. Sheffield United have lost some of their structured attack. Might be opponents have learned how to play against them. They also lost Jack O'Connell, who's a great player for them. There we go. 1-0 Ipswich. Big up Tractor Loner. There we go. Ollie Hawkins, was it? That'd be his first goal for Ipswich as well. Great. Hawkins got awarded the goal. Yeah, it did look like Chambers ran off and then ran back round in a circle, didn't he? So there you go. What's up, Ben? Says Cooper, WBA. I'm good, man. I'm good. Watching the game. What's that advert? Watching the game, drinking a Pepsi. Parker says Swans winning. Andre Ayew and Ben Cabango. Chelsea have gone 3-0 up. Unless Reece James is responsible for one of those goals, I don't care. Because I've got him in my fantasy team. But yes, some people are questioning whether Burnley may well be with us next season. They might be at this rate. We'll see. Timo Werner. Anyone got him in the fantasy team? Is that fish dead in your tank? It's a rock. It's a rock, Chris. Don't worry. Although we do need to do a water change there. That's come down a little bit low. We will do that. I promise we look after the creatures in our house here. And there are many. Wilmot heads agonisingly over from Semmers Quas, says the Watford Twitter. Ipswich in the lead. I wonder if we can bring up a live League One table. And see what is going on with that. Yeah, they're just going to show you Wilmot's header there. Oh, God, that is close. Heads it down into the ground. Bounces up over the top of the bar. Couldn't have done that if he tried. There is the current League One table with Lincoln losing and Peterborough winning and Hull losing. Ipswich would go top if they can beat Crewe, which is just so strange when they're not that convincing a football team. But there you go. As I said, I will take it. I will really, really take it. Let's have a look at some of your comments. Not a big twit, who's definitely not a big twit, says Birmingham really applying pressure on Preston right now. Birmingham have played well today. Interesting. Incoming Preston goal there. Nice. Sam Allardyce, appointed Forest manager. Stop it. I think based on the number of games all teams have to play over the next 8 to 10 weeks, injuries, squad depth will become a real issue. We'll see. We will see. Chelsea start to look like champions, solid at the back, lots of firepower up front. You've got to win the big games, though, haven't they? Up in the Prem. South Park or Family Guy? South Park. As Chris Kamara chats away, I just wanted to have a look at that Birmingham game after the comment from Not a Big Twit and see what the game state is there. Just going to bring the numbers up on the split screen between Preston and Birmingham. Let's have a look. 64-36 for the possession, but 14 shots for Blues. Only 4 on target, though. 1 big chance to 0 for... Well, they're definitely in the game, aren't they? Could go either way, though. Look at it. Both teams forcing openings across the game, but obviously our correspondent is watching and I'm not, so I will bow to their superior knowledge. 72 gone. They've gone to Kevin Phillips at Wycombe. Sheffield Wednesday need to score. They really need to score, don't they? Goodness me. That is the state of things at the moment. Preston 1, Birmingham 1, Barnsley 1, Watford 0. Bit of a surprise. Bournemouth 0, Derby 1. Bit of a surprise. QPR 2, Cardiff 1, Luton 0, Brentford 2, Millwall 0, Huddersfield 1. That's a bit of a surprise. Swansea 2, Blackburn 0, Stoke 1, Rotherham 0, Wycombe 1, Sheffield Wednesday 0, by God. And we're starting to go into the last 20 minutes. Muller time as we get in the Championship. Well, that's the last 10, isn't it? But there we go. Burnley will definitely be in the Championship. Looking terrible. Haven't started well, have they? I think they're Burnley winless. Have they won a game? Nothing is going for Bristol City at the moment. It's really frustrating. Annoying. I don't blame Holden. Just decisions and injuries gone really affected us. Eco-terrorist is here. Hello, sir. Happy to have you. My bottom 3 predictions was 18 Villa, 19 West Brom, 20 Burnley. Free kick for Borough live here on the edge of the box. Blasted into the wall. Perfect, Lemmy. Can't stand Huddersfield. Come on, Millwall. There we go. Really happy to see Wycombe winning. Lifts my mood a little. Oh, I think Yates got that in the gut or something there. Ben, how did you become an Ipswich fan? I was born there. Ivan. I was born in Ipswich, so just my local team, basically. The so-called big money takeover at Derby. Will it really make a difference as long as they have Koku in charge? Who knows? Who knows? Depends on the FFP, doesn't it? Have all the money in the world, but unless you really want to stick 2 fingers up at the rules, you can't spend it. Although you could spend all of it and then be out of jurisdiction once you're up. But that'd be a bit naughty, wouldn't it? Monk's going to be sacked. A lot of people have suggested that. Bournemouth Derby. Can Derby only win against the top 6? I guess they can, can't they? Feel the lack of investment will hurt Burnley this season. Interesting. Burnley are winless. Yes, give us the goal flood. Make me blue. Let's do it. Iain, who is watching Rotherham Stoke, says Stoke comfortable. Plenty of endeavour, but Miller's never looked like scoring. That, Iain, is not good news, my friend. Only point came against West Brom. And that was 0-0, wasn't it, Jay, as well? Was always a bad sign for Burnley when Jeff Hendrick handed the transfer because didn't look like a step up, but it was. Fair point. Good insight. Exactly, Benjamin. I think that's in my answer about Derby takeover. Lots of stuff being thrown about. Marcus Force on for Ivan Toney. Mattis Jensen on for Emiliano Marcondes. Thank you, Tony, for the update. Keep me updated if you're watching any games. It looks like Fleetwood have just scored. Paddy Madden and Brentford have gone 3-0 up. Very, very much game over at the Kenny. 3-0 to Brentford there. And a very comprehensive win for the Bees. It's looking like we're just awaiting the goal scorer, but apparently Tony has gone off. So I wonder if it's Marcus Force immediately after coming on. He's having a great time as well. Huge chance for Clark Adore, it says in the Barnsley game on my Twitter as well. Marcus Force has come on and scored like a a minute later. Marcus Force's goals to minutes record must be absolutely, utterly ridiculous. Let's just bring him up quickly over on the split screen. He's just fabulous, isn't he? Where is he? Marcus Force. Minutes played 1, goals 1 for Marcus Force. So, yeah, let's just bring him up on the split screen. There he is. So I'm just going to look at the goal here. They break away with Jensen. Slid through to Force. Oh, lovely finish as well. What a player he looks. Force, he looks fantastic, doesn't he? And that is, as you can see on the screen there, his 5 games, an average of 20 minutes per game. He's scoring a goal every 33 minutes. Oh, my God. He's actually got a better goals to minutes ratio than Tony, who scored 9 in 9. So, yes, Brentford looking very, very well stocked for forwards and looking very well stocked for 3 points. Tony and Force just look the business, don't they, as a main striker and a backup, I guess, although he's scoring like a main striker, isn't he? Crikey. Let's have a look here. Marcus Force coming on. Can he bang in 2 late ones? Like maybe a well-timed comment, that one, because he's going to score immediately. Alistair says Blades, Burnley and Fulham down. 2 of the dearly departed there. Interesting. Burnley have actually scored, but they still lost. Force with his first touch. Wow. A new Egyptian owner might potentially save Burnley. Is there a ridiculously rich owner for all of the 92 clubs? Do I follow all of the championship clubs on Twitter? Yes, of course. Tidy finish from Force, wasn't it? Just, yeah. You should follow @FamilyForce on Twitter. It's his mum's account, and it's always great when he scores. Nice. Like it. What I noticed about Force is he doesn't rely on tap-ins. He has really good, great power shots and a lovely little dink finish there as well. Right, it's 4:38, so we're about 10 minutes from the end of all the games, and Neil Warnock's Middlesbrough have taken the lead on 81 minutes. Warnock is 7 games unbeaten. Is he going to win the 8th game? Watch the little rascal. He's an absolute rascal, and he's got Borough really going. Marvin Johnson is the goal scorer, and Borough are in really, really good form. And Warnock is loving this at the moment. That is now goals in all 10 of the games. Borough are leading, and Johnson is the goal scorer. And what does that do for the live league table? It's going to put Borough up into 5th place. Let's have a look. And you can see them there. 5th spot, Borough. Look at that. Win, draw, win, draw, win. Starting to smell like 2 points per game for Borough. And they're going to move up to 16 in 9. God, how old is he? Over 70. Can he do it one more time? Can he do it, guys? Can he do it? Well, they've got to win this game first. But Borough are in really, really good form. And they've got the old master in the dugout, haven't they? Bournemouth have equalised. Equaliser for Bournemouth. Things are, what is the Jim Ross used to say on wrestling? Business is about to pick up. When Stone Cold used to walk down to the ring, I used to love that. It is 1-1. Bournemouth 1, Derby 1. So Bournemouth getting the equaliser. But what are we thinking of Borough as well? Borough take the lead, and they're probably going to go 8 unbeaten here. Wow. Absolutely wow. Told you goals on the way. Absolutely. Go on, Neil, says Alistair. I like Warnock, except he has an outrageously good record against Brentford. Right, we're having a look at the Bournemouth goal. Crossed in from the left wing. Oh, nice finish that. Cushion volley. Is that Smith coming in from wing back? Oh, Riquelme must have come on as a substitute. Lovely sort of side foot volley finish by Rodrigo Riquelme for Bournemouth. Do we get to see Warnock's Borough score? Jeff, come on. Warnock is a cheat code in the Championship. Proved that a few times, hasn't he? Happy Halloween. Yes, indeed. And the Bournemouth equaliser, which we've seen. Let's have a look. Here comes the Borough goal. Jake Steele down the right-hand side. Steps back. Saville swings that one in. It's a nice goal. So one wing-back plays into central midfield, and then the other wing-back is coming in on the far post. Saville crosses it in. Saville's output at the moment, he's got 2 goals and that assist now in the past few games, is really, really strong as well. Well done, Borough. Going to go 8 unbeaten and move into the top 6. You got to love it if you're a Borough fan. When we finally get past the virus, what's the chances of all Championship sides having full grounds? I'd like to think so. I think they might. I think things might edge up, but yeah, we will see. With old Neil at the wheel, anything is possible. There you go. Up the Borough, says Jack. Ben, Bournemouth for the only undefeated team in the UK. Looking like they're going to do it again. How has Warnock been successful at every single club in the last 10 years? I know, it's so strange. You think it'd be perfect. Yes, we know the fish tank needs some more water. We discussed that literally earlier, and we will fix that. Thank you for your feedback, eco-terrorist. Burnley, West Brom and Fulham are going down. Bodvarsson on for Mahoney. Warnock would have probably succeeded under Radrazani's ownership. Yeah, probably. Only one team in this at the moment. Not us, says Alex, the Millwall fan. QPR need to park the bus. Park that bus. We've seen Charlton go 2-0 up against Pompey on Sky. Let fans in. Be nice, wouldn't it? De Silva missed by a whisker. This game is so exciting. Apart from that it's 3-0 and you're definitely going to win, Hal. Fosu on for Mbuemo. Can rest some players, really. Rangers are undefeated. I think he said in Britain, Jordan. So, yes, if he did, you're right. Our Sheffield Wednesday done. They have got only a few more minutes to get something today. Hammerlinen having a blinder. Yeah, the Rangers fans weren't too high on Lee Wallace, were they? So what's the points difference between Swansea and Reading? With that being said, Alistair, should we look at the live league table? 4 at the moment. Yes. 4-point difference. What are your thoughts on Wednesday, Ben? Looks if the doomsday scenario has arrived. What, the losing streak whilst on minus points? Yeah. Surely bringing someone in won't help, will it? Just depends where the monk stays. Glasgow is Britain. Yes, I know. I said you were right, Jordan. I said you would be right that Rangers is in Britain and that if they are unbeaten. I don't think Warburton knows how to part the West. No, he absolutely does not. Famewo keeping another clean sheet with Charlton. Where's he on loan from? Norwich? I meant for the season. On the basis of the first 5 games, I thought they'd be fine. But then it's been a losing streak since, or certainly winless streak since then. Story of Derby's season. Remember, this is Bournemouth away, Lewis. And these parachute teams are just going to bloody dominate this season. Birmingham have taken the lead on 85 minutes. Preston 1, Birmingham City 2. Birmingham doing bits under Aitor Karanka have taken the lead. It is Preston 1, Birmingham City 2. Could be a late winner there. Preston 1, Birmingham 2. Preston's awful home record is going to continue by the look of it. Gary Gardner again. Didn't he score in midweek for Birmingham against Huddersfield? I believe that he did. Gardner nods in visitors back from, nods the visitors back in front from Cogley's cross. Well done, Birmingham. Can they do it? It is 2-1. Excuse me, 2-1 to Birmingham. It's not recurring. Can we get an injury time goal for a change, says Iain from the Rotherham fans' point of view. We will. We will see very, very soon. We're now going to see the Birmingham goal. Played back, swung in, and Gardner arriving from central midfield. Looks like there's been a huge chance for Buchanan for Derby, and it's been cleared off the line or blocked by Cook. Preston will lose again. Ridiculous. Preston's abysmal home record continues. Preston is so bad at home. Indeed. Gary the Gremlin Gardner. Chansiri ruining Wednesday. Real shame to see. Yeah. Such a big moment when they lost that playoff final to Hull, wasn't it? That was when the gamble all fell apart, and then lost in the playoff semis the next season, didn't they? I believe. Am I right? Someone will let me know. Yeah, I'm sure they did, didn't they? The year that Huddersfield went up. Am I wrong about that? I can't remember. Borough's bang average team has been transformed by Warnock. Looks that way, doesn't it? Certainly looks that way. Preston have always been great at home. How do you explain this 0-0-5 record? I've got no idea. Absolutely no idea. Got nothing for you on that one, Ivan. Ivan, reply. Tell me how to pronounce it. We can't defend, says Lewis. There you go. Luton almost scored no goal. Brentford having a lovely old time, aren't they? Will is happy with that late Birmingham goal there. We're now coming up for some full times. That's the state of it at the moment. Preston 1, Birmingham 2. Barnsley 1, Watford 0. Be a good win for Ishmael in his second game there. Bournemouth 1, Derby 1. QPR 2, Cardiff 1. Luton 0, Brentford 3. Millwall 0, Huddersfield 1. Be a bit of a surprise. And a penalty again for Cardiff. Another penalty for Cardiff. A Masterson handball. Are Cardiff going to come back from 2 down to draw 2-2? They have a second penalty and they have scored it. It is 2-2. QPR 2, Cardiff 2. Masterson handball. I'm guessing Rules took the second penalty again. We will find out. But all I know is that it's 2-2 and Cardiff have got back into it. Apologies to you Rangers fans. We're now going to see, hopefully we'll get to see the decision into the box. And Masterson just flings his arm up. I think, is he marking Glatzel or Moore? It's Kiefer Moore. And he's had a handball given against him. It's Rules again, left-footed. Oh, saved, and he puts the rebound in. The keeper's unlucky there. You want your defenders in, closing up there. But, of course, the kicker always has an advantage there. And, wow, 2-2. And we're into stoppage time. Tweets to Sheffield Wednesday Twitter. There is Shaylee downstairs. Hello, my darling. Hope everyone had fun. We'll question Warnock. He's worked his magic again. I personally don't like him because he managed Cardiff. But he's doing it again, isn't he? Jest. Yes. Yeah, I thought I got that right. Yeah, so Wednesday, yeah, the big moment there was those 2 playoff defeats. Weren't they? I've nothing to say about Wednesday, so nice shirt, Ben. Thank you. It's a new one. Are there going to be any stoppage time goals? I think Noah might have been saying that to the QPR team, Jay. Don't worry about that. QPR Forever says you're having a laugh. Ask how many penalties we're going to give away. Not good. Not good. Ivan. Sorry, Ivan. I'll try and get that right. I think it's Ivan Tony. Millwall have equalised. The goal for Millwall in the 90th minute. Oh, it's disallowed. Sorry. It's been disallowed. A disallowed goal for Millwall in the 90th minute. And then it says Huddersfield have gone 2-0 up. I don't understand. What's going on at Millwall? Someone tell me what's going on at Millwall. I got 3 notifications. One said Millwall had scored. Then they disallowed it. And then they said Huddersfield had scored. I'm very, very sorry if I got you, led you up the garden path there. I promise that's what came up on my phone. Yes, Huddersfield have gone 2-0 up. Maybe whoever's working at Bet365 pressed the wrong button. But it is 2-0 to Huddersfield. A really good win for them. It looks like a counter-attack down the left-hand side. And, that's poor from Białkowski. Does it go over the goal line? It's another mistake from Bart. He had one against Wickham, didn't he? He kind of saves the shot and it spoons up, and then he can't get it in. Pippa with the goal. He did not start the game. Apologies to Millwall fans there. I'm sure you were watching, knew what was actually going on, but oh dear. 2-0 there. Bart error. Middlesbrough have won. 8 unbeaten and probably going into the top 6. Bart error. No Millwall goal. Yeah, poor from Bart there. Just lost the ball and it flipped up. Mayor from Bart. Yeah, disappointing. Flipped the ball up in the air. Imagine if there were fans in the den right now. Wouldn't want to be the ref. Terrible mistake there by Bart. Wasn't good. I swear Bart makes so. He's weird, Bart. He'll only make a few mistakes a season, 2 or 3, but they'll be absolute wafters like that one, honestly. Well done. Middlesbrough have won 1-0 to Borough over Forest. They are looking like they are in 5th spot. Yes, Millwall aren't going to catch them. If Watford equalise, it wouldn't make any difference because they'll be there on goal difference. It looks like a really good day for Borough, and they're going to be 8 unbeaten. Full time, Luton 0, Brentford 3. Luton 0, Brentford 3. That is all over. 5 minutes stoppage time at Ipswich. Ipswich are winning 1-0. Come on, Town, if I can not leave my bias at the door for 1 second there. All over at Borough. I think it's all over at Brentford as well. I think SofaScore will update in just a sec. Let me just refresh it. No other full times coming through just yet. Barnsley have beaten Watford. Brilliant win for Valerian Ismail. He wins his 2nd game. So Barnsley have beaten Watford and are going to be 3 draws and 2 wins in the last 5 games. So Barnsley in really good form. Huddersfield have gone 3-0 up at Millwall. 3-0 to Huddersfield. It looks like Millwall have collapsed. Millwall 0, Huddersfield 3. A big home defeat for the Lions. And a great win for Huddersfield. More on Barnsley, though. Look at that. 9 points in the last 5. Nice turnaround from Barnsley, moving into the 3rd quartile of the league. Changed their manager, looking good at the moment. Full time, Swansea 2, Blackburn 0. Swansea go 2nd. And we've just seen Millwall there drop out of the top 6, have they? On goal difference, I think, possibly. I could be wrong. I just saw something move on the live table. Oh, yeah, it would be Millwall, wouldn't it? Conceding another goal, indeed. A breakaway here at the den. QPR have won. QPR have gone 3-2 up. I don't believe it. Lovely breakaway goal for Huddersfield. And it looks like QPR have won in stoppage time. Who scored that? Was that Lewis O'Brien? Yeah. 3-0 there. Looks like QPR have gone 3-2 up in stoppage time. It's all going mental. QPR 3-2. They were 2-0 up. It went back to 2-2. Full time, Bournemouth 1, Derby 1. But it looks like a crazy late winner for QPR. It's going to be their first win since the opening day of the season. Long ball into the drop zone. Oh, what a goal as well. What a goal. Amazing late winning goal there for QPR. Sensational stuff. Dominic Bull smashing it in from outside the box into the top corner. They'd surrendered a 2-2 lead, a 2-0 lead to go to 2-2. And a brilliant last-minute winner from Dominic Bull of 91st minute. Wickham have beaten Sheffield Wednesday. Birmingham have won at Preston. The table is now stabilising. Most scores are in now. Remember, Rotherham and Stoke kicked off late, didn't they? So we're still waiting for full time at Rotherham Stoke. Birmingham Preston is over, and we're still waiting for Cardiff QPR. Cardiff, obviously, and QPR. We just had that late, what we think will be the winning goal in that game, but it's already flip-flopped around. Wow, what a goal there from Dominic Ball. Sensational. Wickham have done it, says Russ. Brilliant. Dom Ball, what a pinger of a goal. What goal that was as well. On his weaker foot, apparently. Brilliant stuff. Wickham have won as well. That is bad news for Sheffield Wednesday at the bottom of the table. They are going to stay on -4 points. But look at Forest there in 21st. So 10-point gap. So basically Wednesday started with -12 and now 9 games in, it's -10. So they're not getting anywhere fast. Full time, Stoke 1, Rotherham 0. Stoke have won. So only, I think, the Cardiff and QPR game is now live at the moment. Stoke will keep on churning this season. 15 points from 9 so far. Hard to beat. They are in 8th place. One more game we're just waiting for is QPR and Cardiff, where we had that ridiculous late goal there by Dominic Ball. Anyone know if Ipswich has finished yet? Ipswich were leading against Crewe going into 5 minutes of stoppage time. We're just waiting on QPR 3, Cardiff 2. They're there in 17th and 18th in the table. And typically for me, one of the only other games going is Ipswich 1, Crewe 0. Hopefully Ipswich can hold on and get the win there. Chris says, credit to Huddersfield, played some neat football with their customary amount of possession. Millwall looked a bit tired and showed our limitations without Parrott or Zahor. Ipswich have won. Ipswich have beaten Crewe and May have gone top of League One. I'll have to check the live league table. Ipswich have won. Iain says of Rotherham Stoke, the most comfortable 1-0 win you'll ever see. Distinct lack of quality, fight, tick, commitment, tick, but no threat in the final third. Have we got a full time at QPR yet? I think that's the only one we are waiting for. QPR 3, Cardiff 2 in that one. Otherwise, full time at Loftus Road, says Anir. I haven't had an update just yet, so I'll keep my powder dry. It's still a latest on Sky. Announcement at 5, Monk sacked, says Chris. A lot of people are predicting that. Still going at QPR. So there is your league table. Reading, 4 points clear up at the top after that brilliant start of theirs. Their first defeat on Friday night. Swansea move on up into second. Move on up. Bournemouth into third. They got an equaliser late against Derby and stay unbeaten. Norwich won at Bristol City. They are on very good form at the moment. 4 wins and a draw in the last 5. Middlesbrough unbeaten in 8 and 11 points from the last 5. Superb. Watford losing for the second time this season. They lose at Barnsley. Millwall losing heavily at home to Huddersfield. Not a good day for them. Stoke keep on churning it out to move up to 8th. Brentford, they're stabilising. They can't seem to get themselves in the top 6 yet this season, I'm sure. It will come. Give them time. Bristol City sliding down the table. Birmingham into the top half. 7 points from the last 3. Huddersfield make up the rest of the top half in 12th place. I think we are still waiting for QPR 3, Cardiff 2 to come through as a result. Luton down into the bottom half now. They have only got 1 point from 2 home games in the latter part of this week. Blackburn, 4 defeats in 5 for all our chat about their excellent front 3 and Adam Armstrong. They are trending downwards. Barnsley, unbeaten in 5 and up to 10 points. Look, 9 of their 10 points have come in the last 5 games. New manager 2 wins from 2. Good stuff for Barnsley. Preston are abominably, awfully, terribly horrendous at home. They lose at home again to Birmingham, Cardiff and QPR. We're still waiting for it, is full time. So we can say now, even though it's got a red dot against it, that is a full-time result, 10 points apiece. QPR first win since the opening day. Rotherham lose to Stoke, but a win this week against Sheffield Wednesday. So Sheffield Wednesday have lost to both Rotherham and Wycombe this week. Two sides promoted from League One last season. Coventry are trending downwards, or rather they were until they beat Reading on Friday. So a good moment for them. They would have been in the bottom three otherwise. Forest dropped to one place above. Derby in the bottom three, but improving. 3 draws in a row. They need a win, don't they? Wycombe, first win of the season. Brilliant stuff. 4 points from the last 2. They've drawn with Watford and beaten Sheffield Wednesday and gone into stoppage time level away at Norwich as well. Sheffield Wednesday look in trouble. We were worried, so worried about the -12, whether they would get a losing streak going whilst they were still in the minus. It has happened. 4 defeats in a row for Wednesday and 10 points adrift of relegation safety. And it is relevant, 37 to go. We think they need to hit something like 58 points, including the -12, maybe even more. We will see whether it's a high tide season or not. But there you have it. That is our round 9 of fixtures there. Let's bring them up. It was Coventry 3, Reading 2, Bristol City 1, Norwich 3, Bournemouth 1, Derby 1, Luton 0, Brentford 3, Borough 1, Forest 0, 8 unbeaten Borough. Barnsley 1, Watford 0, Millwall 0, Huddersfield 3, Watford 1, Sheffield Wednesday 0, Stoke 1, Rotherham 0, Preston 1, Birmingham 2, Swansea 2, Blackburn 0, QPR 3, Cardiff 2. Wow. Lewis says we aren't improving. Well, you're scoring some more points, but yeah, you need a win. Right. Thank you so much for everybody watching. Brilliant win for Birmingham today, so it's not a big twit. Life getting in the way, Lee. That's fine. You're a great subscriber. Don't worry about that. Wednesday have basically wasted 9 games and eroding their deficit. Yeah, they've made 2 points up in 9 games, Chris, is all that's happened, isn't it? So, right. I'm going to watch this press conference and bury my head in my hands. I'm going to say thank you to everybody for joining us. We'll be back for the championship review at 10 a.m. tomorrow. Thank you as ever for the brilliant support on the channel. A really fab Saturday super stream. Couldn't do it without you lot. Thank you for watching, and it is an over and out from me. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button to see more videos from this channel. Hit the subscribe button and to be notified every time we upload. Ring the bell for those notifications to come through on your device. If you really want to support the channel and me as a content creator, I will be eternally grateful if you head over to the merch store and grab something, or support over on Patreon, patreon.com/Benjamin Bloom. Thank you for your time. Go and watch another video.